Hey everybody, what's up? It's Con583 here again. Today I just dragged home this Craftsman lawnmower from the garbage, and I'm gonna try and fix it in this video and see if I can't sell it or something, or put it to use or whatever. It's Craftsman with Briggs & Stratton 62.5 series, 190cc, 6.25 foot-pounds of gross torque. Ooh, gold edition, 21-inch cut. Still seems pretty new. There's actually gas in that tank, although not much. What do you say? We're gonna pull a musty one here. What do you say we fire it up and see what happens? Alright, I'm gonna yank on it a couple times. Let's give it a time or two. I'm going to add a little more gas. Prime her up a little bit. Something gives me an idea this thing might actually run. Huh, maybe not. I don't know how well this primer bulb is working. Or if they even added enough gas. I'm gonna add a little more. Alright, let's prime her up again. That should do it. Alright, so something's obviously wrong here. I'm gonna dive into the... Well, actually, first I'm gonna make sure it has spark, and then I'm gonna dive into that carburetor. Alright, I apologize for the harsh lighting here and the wind, but let's see if this thing has spark. I don't know if you can see this, but that plug is quite carboned up here. Let's see if we can do this here. Alright, so it's got strong spark. I'm going to dump a little gas down that plug hole, see if it fires over. Let's see if this thing will fire up here. Now with a little gas down the plug hole. Alright, here we go. Hold on a second. I think this thing is getting restricted from air. I'm going to pop the air cleaner off. Once again, I apologize for the poor lighting and wind noise, but I'm really curious to see if this thing will kick over at all. I'm going to go ahead and pop off this air cleaner. See. Oh, interesting. Air cleaner's all full of oil. Ew. Yeah, that's all oil down there. Let's see if this thing will do anything without the air cleaner. Actually, let's see if the primer function works. Yeah, the primer's working, so let's see if this thing will kick over. Here goes nothing. Well, there you go, folks. That's all it takes sometimes is a dirty air filter. I have a feeling that because the air filter's off, it's running a little rich because it's blowing a lot of black smoke. But I think if I just clean out that air filter from all the oil and stuff, I think it'll be a runner. I think I'm just going to dive into that carb just for the sake of it, make sure everything's cleaned out inside so I can actually use this thing and sell it if I want to. That way also I can show you guys how to properly clean out one of these carburetors. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick look underneath this thing. It's the next day. Oh wow! It's like brand new under there. Looks like it hasn't been used at all. Wow, that's crazy. Alright. I think I'm still going to dive into the carburetor. It seems to be running decently, but I think it could run a little better. Here, let me put the camera down and I'll demonstrate. See if I can start this thing while holding the camera. I don't know about you, but I can definitely hear it's hunting a little bit. It sounds like it's hunting down a little bit and not running 100%. So I think a quick little cleanup of the carburetor will fix that. I just gave this thing a bath. What I want to do next is I want to dive into this carburetor here. I want to pull it apart and clean it, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So what I'm going to do is pull it off. I think it's a screw here, 2 there, and there's going to be 2 more behind it. I'm going to pinch the fuel line when I do it, and yeah, I'll pull this thing off in no time. So there were 3 screws holding that thing on. Actually 4, but one of them didn't matter actually. 1 here and then 2 on the front of the carburetor. Took them off with a nut driver, and now I'm going to put a pair of vice grips on this fuel line here. And also I'm just going to take these 2 bolts out down in there. You're also going to probably have to take off this governor spring after you get the carburetor off, so just be careful. Okay, once again you're going to have to forgive the lighting here and this horrible workbench. It's just what I have set up outside for the minute, because I probably wouldn't be the smartest idea to do this in the basement. Okay, so I got the carburetor off here. As you can see, I'd be careful not to tip it too much side to side because there is still gas in this bowl. I'm going to see if I can free up the bowl though. It's a bigger wrench than that though. 1/2 inch. Yeah. Oh, and there goes the gas peeing out everywhere. Uh-oh. Trying to absorb that all before it hits the ground. I think I had those paper towels. So now that most of the gas is leaked out, I can finish taking this bolt out. See, like that. We'll keep track of all these small parts. You can see it's actually not too terrible inside. It's a little bit of crap down in the fuel bowl there, but otherwise it's not terrible. So after quickly just wiping this bowl out, it's pretty clean inside. I'm surprised. So there's your float, which is plastic. I'm going to try and not screw with the gasket. I'm going to take the float off, and there goes the needle valve. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this inside and I'm going to blow it out with compressed air in every possible little hole I can find, and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so I've gone ahead and blown this thing out with an air compressor. I actually blew most of the dirt and crap off of it too. So now I'm just going to go ahead and reassemble it. It's not that hard. That goes, generally the floats kind of slide in. I mean the shut-off valves slide into the floats. You can put that back in place, and you can just stick the pin in, like so. Looks pretty decent. Then you can just slap the bowl back on. Okay, sorry about that. I blew this out with the air compressor too, and now I'm going to just go ahead and tighten this back up. Trying to do this in video at the same time is much harder than it looks. Alrighty, and I'm going to go slap this right back on the lawnmower. Isn't that the slowest running lawnmower you've ever heard in your life? It's kind of fun to tinker with throttle sometimes. Okay, so unfortunately what I've done by accident is bent that spring there, as you can see. So it might run a little slower than the last couple clips, but we're just going to see if it starts doing its like hunting kind of revving up and down thing. So here we go. Not hunting up and down anymore. So while it is running slower, it shouldn't matter. The governor should fix it. Once you put it under a load, it will rev up again. But otherwise, I think this one's pretty good. Alright, let's get this thing test here. I got that air filter cover back on. I don't actually have an air filter in there yet, because I haven't bought one yet. But I think they're like $5 at my local hardware store. Alright, so that's about the end of this one. Thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe. There will be more content coming soon. Thanks. Bye. Alright, let's see how she mows lawn. That went pretty well. I think I found the reason that air cleaner was full of oil. You can see I don't actually have the air cleaner in right now, and there's a puddle of oil on the, well, not really oil, it's more like sludge down here. Yeah, it's very sludgy oil down there that's coming out of the crankcase ventilation. So either the piston's kind of worn and it's blowing some oil, but it's not blowing any smoke, so maybe not. Maybe it's just over full with some sludgy oil. So maybe an oil change will fix this, but either way, that might be the reason why.